Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop.
Do you love all things horror? Books? Movies? Podcasts? Of course you do. Well, come on down to goreclown.com.
Original artwork by an indie horror fan for indie horror fans.
Use code SLEEPOVER at checkout to save 15% on your whole purchase.
Oh, and did we mention? Gore Clown is the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch.
So don't forget to use Sleepover to save 15%.
Stay indie, suckers.
Welcome, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends to Spoiler Sleepover, Season 3, the season of suffering. Suffer along with your co-hosts Jason, Michael, and Rob as they watch and review some of the worst films to ever hit the screen. Now, enjoy the show. It'll be a real scream of a time.
Holy crap, Rob. It's that time. It's that magical time of the year.
Yeah, spooky season. Or, retro, it's TOON-TOBER.
It's the best time of the year. Rob,
Sorry.
Man, that really changed it.
Yeah.
Christ. Well, we have a tremendous plan ahead for this month. Again, like we talked about at the end of Tahoe Joe 3's episode, we will be, this month, talking about some cartoons from our childhood that did, in fact, freak us out. Funny enough, for freaking us out, our first episode is going to be from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Rob, would you like to tell us what we're going to be talking about?
We're going to be talking about the one episode of Courage that actually makes me physically uncomfortable, even as a rewatch at almost 40. Actually, by the time this episode comes out, tomorrow, I'm 40 tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be 40. I'm going to be 40 tomorrow. So, but yes, we're going to be talking about Freaky Fred. This is... What an uncomfortable episode. Like, it is... Ew.
It's not even... It's not really terrifying or scary. It's just... the entire time. When you just sit there and, like, your shoulders scritch all the way up, like...
Yeah, this is... I think...
He's a weird dude.
He's a super weird dude. I also think that this episode in general that we're about to record on these two episodes is the shittiest birthday present I could ever ask for, because we're also going to be talking about Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Which episode are we talking about, Jason Michael?
One of them that you brought up, it is Bedlam in the Bigtop.
I done fucked up, man. I don't like either. Both of these episodes I don't like clowns. Both of these episodes make me uncomfortable. I fucking hate clowns. And this clown, voice-wise, not creepy. Just the look. And because of the time and the animation, it makes it 10 times creepier. I don't like it. It's unpleasant. But before we jump into that, here's the peek behind the curtain. We're only going to mention it on the first episode, so that way we're not beating a dead horse like we generally do. These are all going to be pre-recorded because Jason Michael is currently, this is the spirit. He's not here right now. He's across the pond, as they like to say. So we're not going to be doing our general openers. We're actually going to be doing something that Jason Michael suggested. I love this idea. So why don't you introduce how we're going to intro all of these episodes for TOON-TOBER?
So for TOON-TOBER, we will be talking about our chilling childhood. That's right. We will be talking about something from our childhood that reminds us of the spirit of October, of Halloween, a fun little trip down memory lane, something you used to do as a kid, like watching spooky movies to get up to the actual magical day. Anything that reminds you of the warm and fuzzies of the best time of the year. So, Rob, would you like to start us off?
I'm kind of gonna do a double dip on mine because I am more than sure. Right before we hit record, I had said I'm pretty sure I brought this up, and now that I'm thinking about it, I know I've brought this up. So when we talked about the in our opinion, the most boring Universal monster movie, Dracula, I had mentioned that multiple years I was Dracula. I grew up poor. We kind of we got by, and So Halloween costumes were either we made them, or if my mom could afford it and we bought one, damn well better believe you wore that costume till you didn't fit in it anymore. So I was Dracula a few years in a row, and the neighbors loved it. We had an elderly couple to one side, and then up the road there was the house that all of us kids liked going to. Now, this will be my story. I got compliments on all of them from everyone, the multiple years in a row that I was Dracula. But my mom would always have us walk the same path for trick-or-treating. So we would go next door. They're past at this point. So they were their last name was Davis. They were the Davises. And they were like the neighborhood grandparents, basically. All of the kids knew that was the safe place. They were good people. And they would make these cool little trick-or-treat gift bags. So there'd be like a little trinket toy in there, and then there'd be like loose candy corn and a bunch of other candies, but there was always an apple. The Davises had like an inn or owned an apple orchard, but they always had an obscene amount of apples. And yes, this was during the time where people were saying there's razor blades, but we all knew the Davises. There were never razor blades. They were very sweet. They were very kind. But I lived in like this really cool neighborhood. It was like up on top of a hill, and it was safe. Nobody sped down the roads. Everyone drove safely. Kids were riding their bikes during the summer in the roads. We played street hockey, all of that. But to the other end of my road, there was this big house, and the couple that lived there, they owned, refurbished, and rebuilt and drove classic cars. And when I say classics, I mean legit wooden wheel, like crank engine cars. Like this was
not what I thought you meant.
No, not like fucking sports cars, like old like buggies.
Nah, fuck that. 50s Chevys, Buicks. Oh.
Nope. They
how dare you think I think sports cars?
Straight up old like legitimate crank engine cars. They were the coolest people, and you would hear them. They had like the honk horn. And you could hear them putting up the road and stuff, but they were loaded financially, I guess. That was the one house that handed out full-size candy bars. And they were such a cool couple that they knew the neighborhood kids versus the kids coming from out of the neighborhood. And so when my brother and I would go, we got 2 to 3 candy bars. Everybody else is just getting one. And there was one year in particular, I remember we walked in and we walked on up. We went to go say trick or treat, and they were already at the door, and they had like the pack with the full-size candy bars fully sealed. My brother and I both got 1 pack each. So there was like 8 candy bars in there. We were like, this is the best Halloween ever. But yeah, we lived in it was cool. I mean, we moved in with my grandmother, so my mom could afford to help her, and vice versa. It was a living situation of financial desperation, but also helping each other out. And in turn, we ended up getting to grow up in a really cool neighborhood. So yeah, it was dope.
That's wicked.
Well, that was one of my good memories from my Halloween as a child. Jason Michael, what do you got for us?
Well, in my house, we used to do a haunted house out in the backyard, and it was going for many years before I really was cognizant of it. I think it was started just before my brother was born, and my dad would build it in the backyard every single year. And then when we got, old enough to responsibly hold a hammer, you better believe that we were recruited to help build a haunted house in the backyard. Whether it be, sometimes we planned, all right, we got to start at start of September to build this thing. We would not start until at least the second week of October, all throughout the weekend.
Jeez.
Dad would bring us outside. We'd start building from sun up and stop when the sun went down. Building a haunted house for our neighborhood and for the entire town where we used to live. But at the end of it all, we turned a pile of shit of wood and nails and everything into a Halloween party. People and families and friends would come over. We'd have a Halloween party. We'd send them through the haunted house a couple days before Halloween, and then Halloween all throughout the night, and we'd end with pizza from the local pizza place. And that was one of the only times that I had seen Dad about to write off the entire neighborhood. one year we made a lot of new shit. Like we had a spinning laser vortex. We had a one-way mirror. We had a lake built in the backyard, and nobody showed up.
Oh no!
We were also the house that at the end of the haunted house you would get a full-size candy bar.
Nice.
And nobody had showed up. Like people would already be lining up right before the sun went down, but nobody had showed up for at least an hour and a half. So it was bad.
Oh no!
And my dad was like, "After all this shit, what the fuck? You know what? I've done this for years," and I'm watching him. I'm like, "Fuck!" He's about to write off the entire neighborhood.
Oh man!
And then we go inside. Halloween was also one of the only times of the year he would drink. He would go out and watch Plan 9 from Outer Space and any old black and white movies with his tequila. And he's like, "All right, fuck it, I'm starting now." So he had one, and then a car rolled up, parked up the hill, and then another car, and another car, and another car, and he's like, "This town's great. I fucking love this town," and ran out, and we did the haunted house. So we had so many years of like family helping out, friends helping out. There was a year where I had like 4 of my friends all in there, and we still talk about the stupid jokes that we made up, scaring people, and watching grown men scream like little girls. There was a person we had who was duck walking through the entire haunted house. Like crouched ass to the floor. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get scared. It was great.
Oh, that's amazing. That's always been a dream of mine, is to be that house on Halloween, is like decked out to the gills, and to like actually have like a haunted walk. Haven't done it yet. Yet. Still an end goal.
That is our chilling childhood. Let us know if you have any fun childhood memories about Halloween, about October, and we'll keep this going throughout the entire month, so you'll get a new story from Rob and I each week.
Yes.
However, we are now starting with one of Rob's most teeth-grinding, like finger-scritching type episodes.
Yeah.
Freaky Fred. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, man. Yeah, this episode is honestly, it's a fucking strange episode. Arguably, all of the Courage episodes are strange. I'm going to be honest, there are some episodes of the show that are complete duds. Like, they're just not good.
Yep.
They're not entertaining. They're pretty fucking boring. I think we picked 2 of the really good ones, and one that is visually, it's slightly disturbing, but as an episode, it's not great. But I think for visual aspect, this is something that I will say. Courage, I feel as if Courage was kind of ahead of its time for what it was doing. And it was at like the perfect era, because Adult Swim wasn't quite a thing yet, but it did exist in spirit, because there was a thing called Cartoon Planet that would air from like 9 p.m. to, I believe it was like 11:30. And that was where things like Space Ghost Coast to Coast and Brack Presents the Brack Show and a few other Hanna-Barbera, repurpose animation shows for adults came from. And they were doing that, but Courage was doing mixed media entertainment for, loosely, I will say, for kids.
Yeah.
Even as kids, it was a little freaky, but we also grew up in a very different era. And this is why TOON-TOBER this has kind of been a loose conversation for a while. We've discussed how, not to be those guys, but like 80s and 90s kids, we grew up differently. We weren't coddled and protected from every single thing. We were shown things that probably I wouldn't think twice. I wouldn't even think about showing a kid now. I'd be like, absolutely fucking not. Like,
yep.
But Courage was...
This kid's not going to watch somebody in a sleeping bag get bashed against a tree.
No. I mean, I've even hesitated with Goosebumps. Like, go back and rewatch any of them. And not even the Mask episodes. Like, any of those episodes, they're kind of fucked up, man. Like, there are just things that we were shown and that were targeted as children's programming that is like now would air on like Adult Swim. Renan's,
and it makes us happy. God damn it!
yeah, but Freaky Fred is just. It's the episode where we're not necessarily introduced to an entity. We're just introduced to a fucked up person who is obsessed with hair, and it's not okay.
No. So Fred rolls up on a bus. Just, of course, if you don't know Courage the Cowardly Dog show starring Courage the Cowardly Dog. He was abandoned as a pup, and he was found by his owners, Muriel and Eustace, and they live literally in the middle of nowhere.
That's literally the name of the town they live in. It's called Nowhere.
And they, there's times where they're driving and we'll find like a side of the road diner with a pig that likes to cook humans into food. Or farther down the road, there's the Cat's Motel with the super awesome.
I love those cats. I also love the way they animate the cats. The way the drawings is wild.
I will say I sometimes go back and forth in my brain about Cats and Mr. Fox, I believe, of who is the cooler of the two. Just because Fox is like hey, how you doing? And then I'm pretty sure he freaks the fuck out.
Yeah, it's 100% Mr. Fox. The Fox is badass. Yeah. And he's also, when they animate the cats versus the Fox, the cats are very, very rigid. Like they move quickly, but they're very rigid, where Mr. Fox is very like snake-like in his animation. And I think that's just, it's an amazing choice because anytime a cat is utilized in the show, they're generally a cat burglar. They're there to steal something. This show is so on the nose with some of this stuff. But
I also like how their heads are basically just triangles.
Yeah. I mean, it lends to the fact that anything can be slightly creepy. Let's just slightly creepy just by drawing it just slightly askew. And they do that with the cats. I really feel that that's the main purpose is they're just a triangle, but they all have these like stick-like elongated bodies and these pointy fingers. It's so weird.
But that's another Toon-Tober right there. Man, see, we can go off and on about Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah. Wait until we start talking about Scooby-Doo.
Oh my God.
It's going to be a very similar situation. But Fred shows up and he's inner monologuing to himself, and we can hear it. And it rhymes each time, and then he just ends it with how he's been naughty. And we're sitting there going, ugh. Turns out he's Muriel's nephew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just shows up, and Eustace is working on a door upstairs for the bathroom because it's like sticking and it won't open. And Fred comes in, and Courage is already like, fuck you, red flag. Absolutely not. When Muriel says, Courage, come say hi to Fred, and Fred's just stares at him from the couch, and you hear the little of his eyes moving.
Dude, no thank you. Yeah. His voice too. And there's so much.
Hello.
Yeah. But he's always being, oh God, naughty.
He's always being naughty.
It's so gross. I mean, for me, the reason that the episode is gross is just because, and freaky and creepy, it's Fred, man. Like, watching this episode back as an adult, I'm going, who the fuck wrote this? A, like, who thought this idea up? B, how did they okay this? They were just
it's so unsettling.
Yeah, this is perfect.
The whole haircut montage is terrifying, though.
Yes.
It's like just Fred talking, silent Courage screaming while Fred's going at him with a fucking buzzer. It's watching somebody get stabbed in a children's show.
It is. And that scene is direct. It's Psycho. It's the shower scene from Psycho. But it's a creep shaving a dog. It's so fucking gross, man.
He gave him a Mr. T mohawk at the beginning.
He did. It looked good on him too. It was a shame that he shaved it off. But
shaved off the rest of them.
Yeah.
Saved the tail for last.
The worst part is the fact that this is one of the very few episodes where there technically is not a conclusion. Fred just leaves.
Yep. Fred has a wristband. So Eustace shut the door with Fred in the bathroom with Courage and left to go get things to fix it. And every now and then, Muriel's sitting outside. She's like, Eustace will be back soon. We cut to he's taking a snooze on the side of the road. He's tanning on the beach. He's reading the newspaper. He's just like, yeah, a stupid dog. Made me look bad. And eventually it gets to the point where Courage is fighting back against Fred, like fighting for his life and his hair. And he sees a bracelet, a medical bracelet of like an institution. Call this place if you find me. And so Courage breaks it off, calls the mental institution, who comes and takes Fred away, puts him in a straitjacket, takes him away.
Yep.
Courage now has a buzzed in signature that says, "With love, Fred." Just buzzed into his ass.
Yep. And that was pretty naughty, man. It's so fucking
naughty.
It's so gnarly. It's such an uncomfortable episode. But again,
I feel bad watching it.
I do too. Like, it's strange. I'm glad this is the first one we're talking about, so I didn't have to like hold out and like the impending doom of, oh fuck, we're gonna finally talk about this. I don't want to have to sit on it and think about it for very much longer. But this is the episode where, I mean, this is an earlier episode too. This is season 1, and it was really a moment where you could tell it's the same animator animating Fred, but just has drawn him differently. And that ends up really lending to what we end up getting towards the end of season 1 and like basically throughout the entire second season is just the mixed media, not even all animation, hint to a future episode, but there's there's certain things that they want to build the show to actually be creepy. And how do you do that? You have this very simplistic yet over the top animation, because anytime Courage freaks out, they overdo the animation. He elongates every time he's trying to tell Muriel about anything that's happening. He's like miming the
transforming into shit.
He's literally transforming into things to be like, hey, dummy, this is what it is. And nobody ever picks up on it. Like, Muriel always knows something's up, but never like goes through.
And Eustace could give a fuck.
Yeah, he hates Courage. But it's really interesting. I also love the fact that Courage talks, but he's the narrator for us. We're the only ones that are able to understand him, because to Muriel and Eustace, he's a dog. So
the things I do for life.
Yeah. He just doesn't talk to them. He makes noises and transforms his body, which in itself is just strange. You'd be like, this dog's fucked, man. Like, just talk. Figure out how to talk. But he doesn't.
Use your computer.
Right?
Even though that computer's an asshole.
Oh my gosh. And has survived so much. The thing has been through hell and back. But hey, man, that's the 90s. Those computers were built to last. I'm telling you. Things aren't built to last these days. I'm so old.
No, that's what happens when my phone goes for a fucking swim.
Hey!
For all of 2 seconds. But it's okay. I have a new phone. I personally don't remember watching Fred much as a kid. Like, there was most of my time afterwards was like watching reruns of Courage right before going to school in the morning, or like Scooby-Doo. We always had the videotapes. So occasionally I would catch Freaky Fred in the rotation. And I would sit there and go, what the fuck? Just staring at the TV, head cocked to the side. So unnerved. Like, again, we will talk about an episode that legitimately scared me. But this is more of just, should I change the channel? But I can't look away.
Yeah.
It's so creepy.
I don't know. Like, most of the Courage episodes are like aliens, like urban myths and legends and stuff like that. And they're, made up creatures or cat burglars. This one almost feels like a cautionary tale designed for kids to be able to watch, but also be wary of people who are overly nice. And like, you can tell, like, when someone's
don't go to your barbershop, kids.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I was afraid of haircuts. It had nothing to do with the fact that somebody chopped the top of my ear off when I was 9.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that happened. So I also feel like some parents, not all. I mean, I was left to my own devices as a child to watch what I wanted to watch, but some parents actually sat down and watched some of these shows. And I think like Courage and Ren and Stimpy were designed specifically for both the parents and the children to watch together.
Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers was a bit over the top. Like, I remember very vividly my mom was like, not when I'm in the room. Like, she fucking hated that show. And
we'd watch it with Dad all the time.
Oh, really?
That and Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, I loved Powerpuff Girls. No,
it's so
the
good.
one my mom would watch with my brother and I was Cat Dog. She loved Cat Dog. Yeah. It was that, and then Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I will.
I still fucking love Ed, Ed
I
and
will
Eddie.
still go back and watch
This is
it.
the mid-episode childhood remembrance trip down memory lane here.
I freaking
God damn.
I fucking love Ed so much,
Dude, I've found myself at work just talking with some of the people I work with and just trying to get their attention, and it's like, Tom, hello, Tomboy, and just trying to get his attention, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, he turned around, sweet, awesome.
That's so
Pull out
good.
a Rolf every now and then.
Yeah, Rolf's wild. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. To any of any of the listeners out there that remember this stuff, I'm like, hit us up, please. Let us know some of your favorite animated shows from when you were a kid. And if you're a younger listener, you know, in your early 20s or teens or whatever, and you have not watched any of these, luckily there's streaming platforms that are carrying most of them. I just found out literally today that Courage the Cowardly Dog was taken off of Max, and I'm fucking heartbroken over this.
I'm gonna fight someone.
The point of what I was trying to get at here is just, if you're of a younger generation and you have not seen any of these shows, but you've heard of them, they're out there. They're easy to find. The Internet Archive is an awesome tool. We've both utilized it. We had to utilize it for this. I mean, Freaky Fred has never left my fucking head. That rhymed. So I didn't really need a rewatch.
That was a bit naughty.
Stop it. So uncomfortable. But the Courage is on there. I mean, I used it for the Phantom when we did the Phantom of the Opera episode last season. I used the Internet Archive for that. It's a great tool for if you're looking for, in a sense of lack of better terminology, lost media, if you will, shit that just isn't easily accessible. Internet Archive probably has it, to be completely honest.
Oh, it's there. Yeah. Don't you worry. It's there.
But a lot of these shows are still like, Max has pretty much everything Cartoon Network related. I know Hulu has some of it as well. Paramount has Nickelodeon, which is great. And the great part about Paramount Plus and Nickelodeon is they are building. So they are adding old lost stuff that hasn't been seen in a while. And I'm hoping that they bring back like Double Dare. I want to see old episodes of Double Dare. That would be awesome. But so that's Freaky Fred, the Courage the Cowardly Dog. Let's you know what? Fuck it. Let's do ratings for these episodes, but let's do them on an opposite scale. We're going to do 1 to 10 scale of how freaked out you were watching this. So 1 being not freaked out at all, 10 being I need to shower with gasoline and a Brillo pad. So
Jesus,
on a scale of 1 to 10 being naughty, what would you give Freaky Fred?
I would probably give, as an episode, not a strong episode, not a memorable episode. I remember Fred.
Yeah.
I remember him, not like anything else that happened in it. I just remember the hello, puppy. And if I was ranking it on Fred, I'd give him a strong 7. But for the episode, like a 5.
Okay.
He's freaky.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is one of those ones that I know where when it's coming up, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to rewatch this. Like, it makes me genuinely uncomfortable. I do not like this episode, but I do not like it for all of the right reasons. It makes me uncomfortable. And now I'm at an era with horror and stuff like that where the general ghosts and slashers do nothing for me other than occasionally entertain me. If I want to be freaked out, if I want to jump, if anything like that, it's the creepiness, man. Just shit that makes me uncomfortable. If you can make me so uncomfortable during a movie that I'm squirming in my seat, then you have succeeded in fucking doing exactly what I needed to be uncomfortable. So yeah, Freaky Fred still, oh God, what a creep. But yeah, so go watch some Courage. And we're going to say that every episode. But when you're doing that, if you enjoy that dog, maybe you'll enjoy this dog. Because now we're going to talk about Scooby-Doo. Where are you?
Every time.
And which episode are we talking about, Jason Michael?
We are talking about Bedlam in the Bigtop. This was season 1, episode 10. And it's not one that I remember personally.
Oh,
it's creepy. Like the clown, yes, I've seen him before, but this was never one that I used to like watch. Again, I had all the VHSs of like Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, which both of those movies, Chef's Kiss. Dude, the Hex Girls fucking kick ass. And having Tim Curry voice the bad guy in that too was incredible.
That's the best.
But yeah, Bedlam in the Bigtop was never on my radar.
It was always on mine because I don't like clowns. Like, I just don't. And that's funny because all of you suckers have heard me talk at nauseum about how much I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
True.
And I'm missing one. I have every single Killer Clown Funko Pop that they have released except for one. I'm missing one, and I will have every single one they've ever released. I just don't like those are suits, so it's fine. It's the actual entertainer clowns that freak me out. And it's such a simple thing because anyone could put makeup on and smile and talk silly.
Yep.
You have no idea who that person really is.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yep. So this episode is one of those, it's a mixed bag for me. The animation style, the way that he's drawn is fucking freaky. And the fact that we get these unfucking comfortable close-ups of his face just in a frozen, unnaturally large smile, I don't like that. And then you mix that with the least clown-sounding voice you could possibly muster and put onto a character. The mixture of both is uncomfortable for me. I don't like it. It freaks me the fuck out. And then we go into animation style. Back in the day, man, the animation style, everything was hand drawn, which I miss. I miss hand drawn stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so over this fucking CGI movie bullshit and CGI shows. It's fucking terrible. They layered, and it's so fucking cool. And some people will look at it and be like, "Well, it looks like shit." And I will fight you. You're wrong.
That was somebody's real work put in.
That was like actual hand motion animating movement. Like, there are moments where, Scooby and Shaggy are running and the background's moving and their legs and arms are moving. That is the background being physically moved and in an animation being overlaid on top of something that is physically actually moving in normal time framing. And then they layer on top of that movement an animation of cells being flipped to make it move. Fuck you if you don't think that's amazing.
Come at me, bitch.
There are certain styles of art that some are dead, some aren't fully dead, but aren't utilized. Original hand animation and claymation are some of the most time-staking, hard work you will ever witness on a screen. And if you don't have the time or care to give it the attention that it deserves, then go enjoy Moana or whatever the fuck goddamn CGI movie you're fucking watching, because your brain isn't fully formed. It's just, Scooby-Doo it's a time capsule of amazing writing. Because some of those fucking lines you would like roll your eyes at when you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is so stupid, but it's also really goddamn clever. This episode has so much clever in it that it's just overlooked. It also has some of the most problematic moments 2 seconds into the episode where you're like, you can't say that anymore.
Nope.
But
when I was writing notes, I was like, I was just calling him the strong man for now. And then he goes, I'm Max. Oh, no.
He's a little person. He can't say the word that he calls himself in the show.
It was for alliteration. Thanks, Hanna-Barbera. But still.
Yeah. But, I mean, the episode starts with a strong man and a little person on a tandem bicycle that falls apart into two halves. And then it's Fred's line right after.
Balance, though.
Check out those groovy cats doing a drag race. You're like, dude, they're on bicycles. That's not a fucking drag race, homie. Like, what? Get out. Loosen your neckerchief, you dick. Like,
I've left the hills once in my life. Yeah. Thanks. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've seen it on a movie. Father's dining room table. Shut up.
But
I really don't like Fred.
Nobody does. I don't think anyone really likes Fred. And I think people just put up with Daphne. Like, she offers nothing to neither of them really offer shit.
There is a line, I believe it's in one of our next two episodes. I think it's in our third one. There's a line that she says, and it literally provides nothing. Not a single solitary thing to the progression of the plot. It's like, thanks, Steph, for the general observation that we all just saw. Scooby and Shaggy, that's the only reason we're here. And the monsters.
Yeah, 100%.
This clown is unnerving. Just the makeup is quite round, and the smile inside is very pointed.
Yeah.
It's both evils of clown makeup put together.
With the most nonchalant voice. Like, it's one of the episodes we're going to talk about later. The voice for the character is everything. Like, the animation alone is fucking dope, and it's a really cool design. But then you add in the noise it makes, and you're just like, I know. And it's sometimes shows, cartoon shows, actually acted shows, whatever it may be, utilize a single noise over and over and over again. And it gets to a point where you're like, all right, we get the point. It's enough. But with this future episode, it's the opposite. Every time you hear it, it gets more and more freaky. And I think it's great. This episode alone, though, Bedlam and the Bigtop, is arguably not a great episode. But it does do what it's set out to be. It's uncomfortable. It's a freaky episode with a fucking clown. I don't know when the stigma of clowns being scary was like put to film, like for the first time. But I want to say that this was probably one of the first moments. Like, at some point, I mean, even when this show was out, people were still going to circuses and be like, yippee, clowns. People were getting stuffed clowns as fucking toys. People had clown paintings in the kids had clown paintings in their rooms. And then Scooby-Doo was like, hey, you like this thing? Fuck you.
Fuck you. We should totally look that up.
A History of Clowns coming season 3. Season 4. We are in season 3.
He Who Gets Slapped from 1924. I don't have time for that. Oh, I already don't like that.
All right. Well, we're going to move on and keep talking about Scooby-Doo, but I think we may have a future episode or series here. Well, the history of horror clowns or something along those lines. The history.
Where's the first origin of movie monsters?
Yeah.
Well, the first zombie, the first clown, the first vampire.
Let us know.
Oh, season 4.
That sounds like a good idea. If you want to hear us do breakdowns of things that are scary and now considered horror that weren't necessarily horror in the first place, maybe that's a good idea for season 4. We could do breakdowns once a month. Here's an episode. Here's our breakdowns. But when we started discussing TOON-TOBER, I had thrown out 2 shows, specifically Courage. I said we have every episode we can touch on any of these. But then I had one specific episode from another show that we're not going to touch on. Maybe if we do TOON-TOBER again, we will. But I really
TOON-TOBER 2.
Oh my god, TOON-TOBER.
TOON-TOBER.
Oh, with the number 2. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say that's even better. Oh, nobody. Hey, copyright.
Copyright.
Trademark.
Yeah. Spoiler sleepover.
Fuck off.
But I really wanted to touch on Invader Zim. Yeah, Organ Harvest. It's a fucked up episode. That episode is just gross.
I mean, that whole show's fucked, man.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll do TOON-TOBER, and we're have to say it like that every time too if we do it. But with I think we kind of had Scooby-Doo had always been something we wanted to talk about. Like we've been, I mean, since season 1. When are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? When are we going to talk about Scooby-Doo? And I say we. It's been Jason Michael. He's like, when are we fucking talking about Scooby-Doo?
Really?
I was just like, all right, we'll figure it out. And then not knowing what we're going to do for October. And I was just like, wait a second. I have an idea.
It's happening.
And then Jason Michael was like, I had the same idea, but what about this? Which you'll have to wait. You'll find out which one he threw at me first. And he was like, hey, we should do this. Very special episode. We're going to have to put like light, soft, happy music over it because it is not what you suckers are expecting at all. But really, this is just great. Now, I feel like you and I, watching wise, we get along. We're brothers for many reasons, but our childhood with horror and horror adjacent, I consider Scooby-Doo horror adjacent things.
Yeah.
Were very similar. We grew up watching Universal monster movies. We grew up watching the OG slashers. We grew up regularly. I mean, I can only speak for myself on this, but almost daily watching Scooby-Doo because it was always on TV. I woke up in the morning and there was Heathcliff, Garfield, Scooby-Doo, and the Smurfs. Yeah.
There's also a new fucking Smurfs movie. Who
gives a shit?
I was going to say, I didn't know that. And all of a sudden it's like, check out this new movie. It's like, since when?
Yeah, I find these things out when I go and take the kiddo to get food and he gets a toy. And I'm like, the fuck is this? Why is there a Smurf in here? And he's just like, what's a Smurf? And I'm like, what you're holding? And he's just like, why? And I'm like, I have no idea. And then I have to Google it. And I'm like, oh, there's a movie coming out. I'm like, I had no idea. How was I supposed to know?
It's got Ron Swanson in it.
Yeah, it's
anyway
fucking weird. But
yeah,
you have a much deeper connection. Like in the years that we've been friends, anytime you bring up Scooby-Doo, you glow. Like you it's like when you see the love of your life, you just smile and you get this glow. Jason Michael talks about Scooby-Doo. It's the same fucking look. Like he gets just giddy. So your history.
Dude, I love Scooby-Doo.
Where did this where did it start?
As far as I can remember, my first cartoon spooky thing was Scooby-Doo. And it was, again, the old VHSs that are still down at my parents' house. And I would watch them religiously when I wasn't old enough yet, for the stabbing things. It was Scooby-Doo. It was still Halloween related. It was still spooky. There were monsters, like Frankenstein was on it. Dracula was there. The Wolfman was there. And I was like, oh, I know them from Universal. Scooby-Doo was that bridge almost between being a kid and scary shit. And I had a Scooby-Doo stuffy that I would throwing her under the bus. My sister used to do talent shows in her room, just, as kids do, they put on shows, and I did a whole Scooby-Doo voice and made her pee herself. So, and it's always just been a very fun thing is watching Scooby-Doo and learning to do the voices of Shaggy and Scooby and just the impressions so I can do the voices along with the show. It's like, I know all the words to this episode. Fuck yeah.
That's awesome.
And then there were some fucking spooky ones. Again, Zombie Island. That's a horror movie. The Witch's Ghost. A badass music video horror movie with Tim Curry. So it's always been around, and it's always been a fun, happy Halloween thing that reminds me of my childhood. More than really any other. Well, that and Alvin and the Chipmunks meet Frankenstein. But that's a different kind of conversation.
I forgot about that one.
Right?
Holy shit. Memory unlocked. Thanks.
Yep.
That's welcome. Wild. That's amazing. I mean, I grew up watching, as I just stated, it was just on TV in the morning. I was an early riser kid, and I mean, I lived in the time where it was go downstairs and turn on the TV and just kind of plop my ass down and watch TV until someone woke up. So like I was raised by a screen. Like that was just, it was the time, man. The original Nintendo was out. And so I was playing that and watching cartoons, but Scooby was not my first introduction to horror. It was a Universal monster movie. I believe it was Dracula, actually. Man, I can't even remember. But it probably was because I can't remember because that movie's so boring. But Scooby,
gonna let it live.
I'm never gonna let it down. No, never. It's boring, but it's a beautiful film for a very boring movie. But Scooby was always just amazing, and the fact that I got to watch Scooby, and then anytime we got in the car to go anywhere, I got to hear the guy who did those voices talk about the top hits, the good old Casey Kasem. And he was on the radio every fucking day, all day. Like, I didn't realize until I was much older that it was pre-recorded. But I was like, this guy doesn't sleep. Like, he's always on the radio. Like, I'm Casey Kasem. You're just like, go to bed, dude. Get some rest. Stop talking about music.
That's great, but chill. Yeah. Oh my God.
And it's just cool. It's that, and Scooby has run the gambit of life in general. Like Scooby is still relevant. They fell into the fucking CGI shit and they made a Scooby movie. It wasn't bad. I was actually shocked.
Scoob?
I hate it. Yeah. I
still haven't seen it.
Dude, it's good. I was shocked. I fucking hate the animation. Movie was great though. It was really enjoyable. But I mean, even down to the fact that you mentioned they did crossovers with Universal Monsters. They've done crossovers with fucking everyone. Kiss has been on an episode, as you know.
I saw that. That was a fucking badass episode too.
It's a good one. They did a crossover with fucking Supernatural. They've done it with everyone. Fucking X-Files. I mean, name it, they've done it. They've had celebrities on.
I just think of from the Supernatural. Look how my mouth. Every time I watch that, I just burst out laughing because it's so fucking funny.
Oh, man. Yeah, Scooby has done more for everything. Music, movies, actors, TV series.
Our Lord and Savior, Scooby-Doo.
I mean, I'm waiting. I feel like it's only a matter of time before we get a David Howard Thornton shows up on a fucking episode of Scooby. They bring it back. They do like a Terrifier crossover.
They did a Terrifier picture with like Daphne in the hacksaw scene.
Yeah.
And then like the rest of the Scooby gang, like, it's a clown. Yeah. Scooby-Doo is tremendous. Notice how we've only said Scooby-Doo this entire time. Not you, Velma. No. Now, not the show. The character, just not in the Velma show.
No, that show sucks dick. Don't waste your time, people.
It's not great. No, I watched it praying it was going to get better. It didn't.
I made it two and a half episodes in, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, the only other reason I did watch it was because of Glenn Howerton being Fred, but it wasn't great.
The casting, the voice casting for that show is unbelievable. The writing staff is unbelievable. Like everything about it, except for the show itself, was amazing. I was like, this is stacked. This is going to be nothing but great, and it was shit. Yep. And they got a second season. Like, what the fuck? Who enjoyed this and why? But
I won't hold my breath for that second season, but I'm okay with that. Anyway, looping it all the way back around. Basically, the clown is just trying to hypnotize people to leave, and then we find out as he gets captured, Daphne gets hypnotized to be doing the unicycle in a tutu across elephants. Scooby is a high wire trapeze artist. Shaggy becomes a lion tamer and starts really over whipping a lion. And then eventually we find out that the clown is just a ex-employee that is begrudgingly pissed off and trying to shut down the carnival. But
yeah, he's the old hypnotist that they had arrested. I love that part. Yeah. Like, we had him arrested.
I mean, what was he doing? He was stealing stuff, right?
Yeah, we sent him to prison. That's what they say. We sent him to prison. Like, what? You did what now? How? You're not a police officer. You run a fucking circus. Calm down. You called somebody. They sent them to prison. But
we did it.
No, you didn't. Calm down.
Yeah, it's the hypnotist is just so lackluster, personally, for me. It's like, okay, so he was literally just wearing clown makeup and doing the same exact shit that he was doing this entire time. Nobody thought to go, wait a minute, you're this guy. Hang on.
Nope.
Like, you all worked with him. Apparently not enough.
I think this is one of the more ridiculous ways that they catch the person too, because they managed to just put up Scooby and Shaggy put up 2 mirrors so that the coin he's using to hypnotize everybody is just hypnotizing him. But at no point does he fucking stop. He just keeps doing it. You're like, dude,
what are these mirrors here anyway?
Yeah, and he just keeps doing it, and he hypnotizes himself into acting like a chimpanzee, and then they just escort him out. Just like, all right, let's go. Come on, Chippy.
Damage Control was very happy with this episode.
It's so ridiculous, and it's, again, I understand this is not a good episode. It's not. It's just the way that this clown is drawn. And the fact that it's a clown doing malevolent things, no thank you. I don't like it. I don't like clowns. They freak me the fuck out. It's not okay. And I know it's a cartoon.
Leave me alone.
Shut up. It's still freaky, man. Not a fan. Hard pass.
So at this rate then, out of 10 coin spinning clowns, what would you give Bedlam in the Bigtop?
So I'm going to do exactly what you did with the Courage episode, and I'm going to split this one. So clown design is a 10. I don't like it. It freaks me the fuck out. And the mixture with the nonchalant voice that isn't a clown voice, it makes it creepier to me. Mm-hmm. As an episode, it's a solid 3. Like, it's not a good episode. It is just not good. It's boring. It goes fucking nowhere. I mean, it's a single set location the entire time. Mm-hmm. They're in one fucking place. They don't have any of those cool, like, multiple rooms, multiple locations. They're just legitimately in the Bigtop. Mm-hmm. The title alone tells you. And they don't fucking leave. And also the fact that this hypnotist is the dumbest person to ever walk the planet and not realize I should stop trying to hypnotize 2 people who aren't looking at it, holding up mirrors. Just the logic is fucking shot on this one. So yeah, 10 for design, 3 for the episode. It's just not good. But what about you? Where would this one land for you?
Again, the clown is definitely creepy, but he's not one that I remember. Again, mostly, the Creeper, Captain Cutler, 2 of the ones that we'll be talking about later this month. He just wasn't there, but I do remember seeing his design. Mm-hmm. The clown would be a 6. The episode, I would probably agree on a 3 of there's not really much that happens. Like, we see inside a cage, we see inside a dressing room, and other than that, it's just the tent. Yeah. And, the road driving up to it. There's also in the very beginning where we see the Bigtop, and then we see the clown walk out on the hill next to a tree, laughs, and then walks away. Yep. Oh, no, he sits there and he just fades away, but it's still, okay, thanks, man. Hey, there's a really bright orange clown, and he's gone. All right, never mind.
Okay, see you later.
Anyway, moving on. Yeah, it was, I don't know. He is creepy, and I'm okay with him, but next one we get to, we'll talk about real creep for me. Yeah. Speaking of which, it's time to talk about our next episode, Rob. What are we going to talk about for TOON-TOBER Week 2?
Week 2. Surprise, surprise. We are still talking about Courage and Scooby. Of course we are.
You're goddamn right.
So for next week, stay tuned to listen to us talk about Courage the Cowardly Dogs, the House of Discontent, a.k.a. Spirit of the Harvest Moon, which is funny because the internet is dead set that that's what the episode's called. It sure is not. It's the House of Discontent. And we'll be following that up with Jason Michael's all-time favorite fucking episode of Scooby-Doo.
I can watch this all day, every day.
In the Castle. And if you don't believe us that this is his favorite episode, literally go back to any fucking episode. He finds a way to sneak it in there at some point. Hassle in the Castle has been mentioned more times than I think even Terrifier has been on this podcast. And
dude, don't talk shit about Hassle in the Castle, man. I'll fight you right now.
Oh no!
I swear to God.
This is the only thing I'll say. This is the most universal fucking cartoon episode I've ever seen in my life. It is so fucking good. I really enjoy this one, but you'll have to wait till next week to hear us talk about that.
Hell yeah.
I hope you guys are enjoying the first episode of TOON-TOBER, and I hope you stay tuned for the rest of the month as we continue to talk about more animated spookiness. Happy spooky season. And if you love me enough, I don't want to do this anymore. Shoot me a message tomorrow. It will be my birthday. It'd be nice to hear from some people.
Oh my god.
Until
Happy birthday,
next week.
you old son of a bitch.
Until next week. Sleep tight, suckers.
There you go. That's all you need.
We got them dogs in us.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Spoiler Sleepover, but the fun won't stop there. Go follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and if you have any episode ideas, please send them our way at spoilersleepover@gmail.com. That'd be really fantastic of you. So, until next week, sleep tight, suckers!
Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop.
Do you love all things horror? Books? Movies? Podcasts? Of course you do. Well, come on down to goreclown.com.
Original artwork by an indie horror fan for indie horror fans.
Use code SLEEPOVER at checkout to save 15% on your whole purchase.
Oh, and did we mention? Gore Clown is the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch.
So don't forget to use Sleepover to save 15%.
Stay indie, suckers!